What is up? We are back. We are back in full swing. And by that, what I mean is this weekend, Kidmin exploded. It blew up. We were like, uh, 40, I don't know. We were like at almost 200 kids. It was crazy. Thursday night started off popping. 8 o'clock had a solid number. 9:30, 11 o'clock just blew up. At 11 o'clock, we had like these new Bibles. We had them at all services, but like we didn't have enough at 11 o'clock. And we might have run out at 9:30 as well. It was just crazy. So let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm just SOSing these parents, man. We want our kids to just we want our kids to connect. Okay, we want our kids to connect, and we want our kids to learn something about the Bible, like in the book of Micah. This week's going to be Amos. We'll talk about it in a second. And in Micah, we want to learn that, man, we can choose to do what's right when everyone else is doing what's wrong. We want to sit them in their small groups, and we want to talk about that with them. We want them to talk about that, to have that discussion. And let me just tell you this: after this past week, I am telling parents, like, hey, if you want your kids to have this opportunity in small groups, you're going to have to come and be a part of it. Because I don't know, Kelly and Zoe and I at 11 o'clock just got absolutely just rushed. And it was awesome. And it was terrifying at the same time. And so here's what I want to say. I'm going to be trying to partner you with a parent. So you, as that consistent leader, you're going to have maybe the same amount of kids in your group, maybe a few less kids is what we're hoping for. We're hoping to have you have like 8 kids in your group. But what we want to do is get some parents in there, because then we know parents are going to have these conversations at home, which is where, like, that's where our money is, you know. But we will also go, hey, and then when you're in the room with kids and with parents, you're going to have deeper, more meaningful conversations. We get out of the large group time so that we can jump into small groups. But on Sunday, what we ran into in our large group was I had to spend so much time going like, hey guys, settle down. Hey guys, settle down. It was like daylight savings time, full moon, Halloween. Like, they were just bonkers. And so let me say this: we are back, like big. We are in. We have 8 weeks till Christmas. We're just going for it. So let's just run through. Oh, I should say this: our trunk or treat at Barker, we had about 2,000 people, which is insane. We had another 500 at Otis, and I haven't heard from Freeman yet, but we had like a little impromptu trunk or treat out at Freeman. But again, we're talking like 2,500 people, which is more than we've had on a Sunday in 7 months at our church. So that's me going like, "Yo, Kidman, you matter." So I realized I did this, and I probably this is my microphone, so I probably just blocked that, but that's okay. Really quick, Amos, new prophet this week. We had Micah. This week is Amos. When I worship God, I can be sincere. We're going to talk about the sincerity of it, that you can fake it. You know, you can talk about how nice of a person you are, and you can pretend to be a nice person to go, man, how are you? I really care about you. But you don't have to actually be that person. Like, you can be fake. And when you worship God, you can be fake. You can be like, I want to be on stage and I want to lead worship. I want to dance. I want to sing because I want people to see me. And that's not about God. Or you go in your small group and you go, man, how should we treat others? And you can go, I'm going to give all the right answers so that everyone sees how good of a Christian I am or how smart I am. But you're not doing it to worship God. And we're going to talk about, hey, when we worship God, we can be sincere. So that's the whole premise of the day. Is sincerity in our worship of God. So our opening game is the color word test, and it's going to talk about how words and actions sometimes don't match. And the way this works, you might know it as the Stroop test, and it'll have colors on the screen that are written out. So it'll be like the word green, but in red text. And so you're going to have to say the word green, but your brain's going to see the color red, or vice versa. We're going to say, hey, you need to say the color and it's red, but it's going to spell green. And so it's really confusing. But again, we're talking about that sincerity of going, hey, sometimes it looks one way, but it's a different way. So we're going to say, hey, that's green. And you go, no, that's red. You go, yeah, but it spells green. So just so you know, that's the mindset behind it. It's basically a scientifically, like, makes your brain explode sort of thing. Um, got our memory verse, be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong, 1 Corinthians 16:13. We have our song, have our story, and then our small groups. Have you ever, and so you're going to be having some questions. Have you ever pretended to like something, but you really didn't? Have you ever said or done something, but quickly changed your behavior when a parent or another grown up walked by? Then we have some discussion questions. What can you tell me about Amos? What was the breaking news Amos had for the people? How will you choose to show genuine worship for God this week or to God this week? Then we have an activity called Whole Heart. And so you're going to have this one for every kid. Heart, sorry, I was holding it normal. And what's going to happen is you're going to write 4 things on here. So you're going to write actions, words, thoughts, and feelings in the 4 spots, and then we're going to have some construction paper. So you'll write them down, and then they'll cut those puzzle pieces out, and then they'll glue them back on to a construction paper. And it's really saying, hey, when we're sincere about our worship for God, we're going to be sincere with our whole heart, and our whole heart consists of those 4 things that will be written on there. So we'll have those cards papers for kids. And then we'll do our memory verse review, as well as have a prize and something to put on the wall so we can see all the kids who have said their memory verse. And then finally, just a prayer. Pray with your group and close it out. Dan is back preaching this week, so it won't go as short. Thursday night, we got absolutely blindsided where I thought we were going to have like an extra 10 minutes. But again, this week, the goal is a contest to see how quickly Trevor can get started and done with the story. So it's like from 6:30 or from 8 or from 9:30 or from 11 until the end of the story. We want that to be like 20 minutes, 25 tops. That's what we're going for this week, because I want us to have tons and tons of time to talk about sincerity, having a whole heart, all these sorts of things. So if you have any questions, please let me know. One last thing, Christmas Eve services are coming up. We would love your help to come and serve at one early childhood Christmas Eve service. We won't have it for elementary kidmin. We do family service we are doing, I think at this point it's 7, but up to 10 services. So we need to have that ready to go. So if you are down to volunteer, I'm going to be there for all of them. So come hang out with me, come hang out with some little kids. They're super fun. And just let me know on Sunday or Thursday. Just go, hey, I'm good. Put me down for one, or 2 or 3 or 7. I won't let you do 7. I will tell you no. So anyway, if you have any more questions, let me know, and I'll see you guys in just a couple of days. Peace out.